order at 7:40 PM. Why did you do that on purpose? We're on to number 8A, back into order, town FY 21-22 financial.
Okay, on the revenue side, we are $688,000 short, but we have $1.2 million of use of fund balance, the $750 budgeted, the $500 for the Broadbrook Dam, and $30 for positives. So we're ahead of the game, to about $600,000. No big changes there. We're over in conveyance, we're over in building, we're over in tax. If anybody has any specific questions on those, pretty much the place we've been for the last several months.
Over and gasoline.
Oh, that's expenditures. We haven't got there yet. We're
Wrong
over.
spot.
So in expenditures on the town side, we still have, as of the end of May, I'm sure people want to know, $2.7 million. Oh, this one, we still had 3.1 at the end of May. We have about 2.5 today, with one payroll left to go. So there will be a return in addition of the $1.2 million that we're asking to do a transfer from. So, and you'll see the places I took are places that we have significant money left. The debt that we didn't have debt payments because we paid the debt off. The lease payments we didn't have because we paid them off. The health insurance, we had some savings of people not taking some positions that were open during the year. And the rest of the money I'm taking is all from positions that were vacant within the year. So everything else on that transfer is from salary lines that positions were vacant at some point during the year. So that's really where we have most of our significant savings is in the salaries, where positions were vacant throughout the year. I don't know if you guys have any other specific questions. We do have some overages. I think we're going to be over in sanitation, which I'll have to come for a transfer. But I don't have June bills in yet, so it'll have to be July.
What are you thinking, like, if you had to do your Amy? Boo
Well,
Boo?
my bills I think are going to be 90, and we have 73 left in there, I think, from what I just ran as my analysis. So maybe 17,000. Joe says no. He says he's going to be just fine.
I have a question.
Sure.
So household hazards basically cost me 20,000. Did you take that 10,000?
Nope. It's still there.
We're pretty close. We'll be pretty close.
So we have a bet to see who's right.
How did I know that?
So if I drive around and pick up the trash last end of the week to prove I'm right.
I've been very clear that
Seriously.
absolutely one of them will be right.
Yes.
So I just on the trash thing, I know that's been a sore spot with this board over time. We have the best trash deal in the state of Connecticut, as far as I'm concerned. When I'm at a CROG meeting or a CCM meeting, and everybody's talking about the just eye-popping cost of waste disposal, I have to sit back very quietly and not say very much, because we pay something like $93 per ton, and they're paying $127 per ton. I mean, that is not close. So as eye-popping as our number is, we are in way better shape than most towns that I deal with.
And there's a few other places I think I asked for money. One is recording secretary for planning and zoning, and that's because they're now doing the aquifer protection also. So their recording secretary needs to get paid for those minutes in addition, because they're a separate set of minutes, and that was not budgeted. So I'm asking for a transfer for that. And then I think my third transfer is for police equipment. When they went to do their training, they realized all their AEDs were out of their useful life. So they need $17,000, and there's a memo in there from the deputy. They need $17,000 to replace the 7 in their cruisers and the 1 in their building that are all out of date. I think those are the only big things going on the town side. CNR is just here for your information. That's where we have dollars left, but they are all accounted for. Anybody have any other questions on the town side?
Anybody else?
So at the end of the year, I gave you 531, but I do this starting in March, I think. I do a deep dive, figure out if we have, how many months of each service we have, electric, water, sanitation, and guess what I think the end of the year will look like. And our estimate right now is 1.4 million return as of the May 31st date.
Any questions? Comments, concerns? Okay, everybody good?
Then the next is fund balance. I did an updated analysis for you guys. And basically, we could return $55,000 to the fund balance and to stay under our cap of 20. That's it. That's page 8C. On the back side of that, I think the fund balance is.
Anybody?
So if
I heard you.
if your estimate return 1.4, this is not talking any transfers for the community center. If your estimate 1.4, or whatever, so that would add that to this balance of 8.3 million.
Yes, if we didn't do the transfer to the community center. So then I'll be back asking in July to spend down fund balance because we're over our cap.
And I'll have a Christmas list.
Okay, that's. So you want to stay under that 20%?
We have to. Our policy says it will be between 10 and 20.
Gotcha, go over.
After we get above the 20, then we have to spend it down. We didn't last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
We chose not to because we weren't sure. So in 2020, we knew we were over it, but we made the decision not to spend it down because we weren't sure what 2021 was going to look like. But as we know, that year was fine.
Yeah, and I know it's impossible. I just wish we could get closer. So much left over.
Well, you know,
I
if you
know,
think
I
of the
know.
things that are in there,
I know.
the biggest thing is the debt.
Yeah.
And until
mean-
we take new debt,
Yeah.
there's going to continue to be a savings there. We'll start paying on a new debt.
I'll go with Amy for now.
That's the end of it for now.
So 8D Board of Ed, FY 21-22 financial reports.
So we'll give you guys a quick update tonight. I think everything's trending in the right direction. I think we're working really hard at the business office still to kind of clean everything up. We've been working with the town, we've been working with Munis to kind of clear up some outstanding check issues. We are doing our last payroll this week. We should have that just about finalized tomorrow, so I should have a good number for forecasting, just to make sure we're still in good shape at the end of the year by tomorrow. As far as other updates go, we did just finish completely overhauling the chart of accounts. So we'll have a whole new account structure for the new year. I did just start today plugging in our FY23 budget into those accounts. So the goal is to have that all set by July 1st. Again, just so we're in better shape for the new year as far as reporting and budget goes. The other thing we did want to make you guys aware of tonight was we did have an unexpected expense kind of come up in the form of the boiler at the Broadbrook School. As far as that goes, the early estimates are around $170,000. Our plan right now is to discuss that on Monday. We have our first Board of Finance subcommittee meeting and kind of come up with a plan for funding there. But we did want to let you guys know that did come up. Other than that, again, it's just kind of cleaning everything up and getting us through the end of the year. I don't know if you guys have any questions on the financials.
I just have one question on the electric bill. I was kind of hoping that electric bill was gonna go down this year with the installment of LEDs. Has that happened yet, or is that in process?
Complete. So, I mean, it was complete not too long ago, like the last months. All buildings for that, that project was,
So we should be seeing a decline in electricity bill hopefully soon.
hopefully, I mean, our rate did increase though, so, from beginning of the year to this year. So there was rate increases.
Two, because we were open for 3 months,
Yeah.
riding the market until we got the new contract. That was a lot.
Yeah, but then it went down, I mean, which was still higher than what we were initially.
Right, we went from 7 cents kill, we're on the same electric plan. We went from 7 cents a kilowatt hour to when the PPA expired, we were doing like 11.5 or something, so we could get back into the 8.4 one in March. So there is some variability in there based on us trying to lock in the best deal that we could, which was wait until that March date. And now we're in a 4-year contract at 8.4 cents a kilowatt hour.
And Ryan, just to confirm, is this, I know we generated on 6/3, but is this just through, this is through end of May, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, I mean, if you pulled it today, it would be different.
Different, right, yeah, that's what I was
It's never- Yeah, it changes every day.
Anybody else? Great. So it brings us on to E, FY 21-22 transfers. So. What's it? Right there. There we go. So we are going to, the first would be number 25, which would be police department.
I move we approve transfer request number 25, $17,000 police officer salary to police equipment.
All right, any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Tom? Lancer, sorry. He's muted. Tom, you're muted. Tom up.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, motion passes. All right, so then we're on to number 26, planning department.
I'll move to approve transfer request number 26, in amount of $600 in contingency to planning and zoning reporting secretary.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, now we are on number 27. For selectmen.
I'll make a motion to transfer 1.2 million from the, it would be out of the fund balance to the CNR for municipal building.
Nope, it's out of all those
No.
listed accounts.
Oh, geez, Louise, that's my building. So now clarify for me, so I have to say, I just say every,
No, you can say that for the.
You can say a transfer. She can say excess, right? Yeah. Read right down for reason. for
okay,
change.
so can I transfer make a motion to transfer the excess from the FY 21-22 expenditure funds to the CNR fund,
TP. Community
TP
Center.
community.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Usually when you do your. You're gonna say something, so.
I guess I'm gonna, I mean, it's a definitely worthy project that, I mean, I'm in favor of it. I think it's, you know, a good thing for the community. You know, once again, our town employees and departments did a phenomenal job of being able to return money if Amy's estimate is correct, so. Can't argue with our account balance is high. And like, it's a good project. So,
Anybody else?
I think it's good use of the money. I think there's a lot of services that be benefited.
Big dollar amounts, that's all.
You know, but the taxpayer votes on it, so that's all that really matters. We're putting it in that fund, but as long as the taxpayer votes on it, then I'm happy.
I mean, and I think the fact that we're doing it, to Jason's point, in a, you know, a big election year, we'll have a nice turnout.
Let's hope so.
I hope, yeah. Historically, it's higher. Doesn't mean it's good.
All right, anybody else? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. We're on to number 28. Joe. We're on to number 28. CIP Town Property Committee. So
I'll move to approve transfer request number 28 for CIP to Town Properties Community Center in an amount of $1.2 million.
is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion clearly passes. Thanks, now before I forget. these votes. All right. Next is reconciliations.
Town is done through April. The Board of Ed, everything but the general fund is done through April.
Wow.
We're just working on the general fund.
Any questions, anybody? Comments, concerns? And then we're on to, we already did that, so now we're on to number 10, Board of Education updates and referrals.
Yeah, it's actually been a good month as far as students in schools. We've had class trips, I believe, Tuesday, yesterday. Eighth grade had their class trip to High Meadows. By all indication, that went well. Last night, we had our high school graduation. Actually, I heard from Jason, that the attendance was in the 800s. I was there, right? I think that was report. Was that report at the town meeting this morning? Or maybe I got that number from someone else.
800 is the what?
800 for the high school graduation. Maybe that.
I didn't know that. No. Wow,
So
that's
someone
huge.
provided that number, so I can tell you, I wasn't counting, but it definitely was extremely well attended. We had 63 graduates. I'll tell you, out of the 63 graduates, and my speech was short, but I think sweet, and the fact that we had over 50 that were accepted to 2-year, 4-year, and technical schools from local, as far as like Lincoln Tech and Suntech, UConn, to out of state, and to like BC, Williams, Penn State. We have students that are entering, that doesn't count for the students entering our courses, which we certainly have some of those. We've had students that have completed through the adult Vernon Ed program and our partnership certified nursing assistant programs. We had 3 students who completed the Diamond Tech pre-apprenticeship program, and then will continue on into their internship program. So I mean, a lot of student success there. This morning, I came out from the state that indicated that we finished in the top 10 and for the FAFSA challenge, top 10 schools in all of the state. And so what FAFSA is it's a necessary paperwork and process you couldn't obtain financial aid to any post-secondary school, whether it's technical, 2-year, 4-year. So as far as improvements in FAFSA completion and getting resources to our families. That we are proud of, just found out today. And we had, I was late because I was at middle school promotion. That went well. Just beat the rain, although it doesn't look like it actually happened, but a couple of drops were falling around 7. And the wind was picking up, but we were done just in time. All that went well. So other than the financials, which are getting back on track, as far as our students and our day-to-day operations and work with the kids, all that's going on.
Questions? Thank you. And then it brings us to 11B, July meeting date.
I'm not here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the
Question
question
was the week
never mind.
before,
Yeah.
the
So
12th or
and then we
the
said, do we really even
14th.
need to have it? Do you think anything's coming around the corner that you're gonna do?
Yes.
this?
For
We're into
sure.
August and you better say no.
Me and Coach all feeling for Amy, getting in charge of that money.
No, so
Maybe I don't want to go on.
So in order to meet all those dates that I need to meet in order to get this thing on the ballot, I need you guys to approve it to get it to a town meeting in time to have the town meeting. So I need you to have a July meeting. Well, if steps 2 and 3 go well, I need you to have it.
So you're not here. When? That week, right?
The next 3 weeks.
Oh, good. You're out of luck.
That.
You're out of luck. You approved it. Shame on,
that?
shame on you.
She works hard.
You can have it the week I'm not here. Somebody else will just have to do the agenda. Or it will have to be done the week of the 12th before I
So
leave.
when are you going?
I leave the 16th. And I'm not back until the 8th.
Sorry. the
Are you
16th
gonna
of
have what
June,
you need,
July.
you think, by like the 13th?
The
I
16th
plan
of
to.
July you're leaving or the 16th of June?
July.
Okay, so you're not back till August. So you'll be looking at the third.
But our meeting's like the 20th or the 21st.
Right,
It's
it's next
right.
week.
Oh,
So you, I would say we go for the 13th. As long, but if it ends up that he doesn't have what we need and there's nothing else, well, then we're just gonna have to.
I'll have something for you for July.
Okay.
If it's not this, it'll be something else.
Surprise, surprise.
All right, I'm good with the
I
13th.
say the 13th, is everybody okay with the 13th? I mean, I say, I think I am, but it's not that far away.
I will not be at the Board of Ed. Or You cancel that one. You cancel that one.
We canceled the first
Okay.
one of July, and first one of.
Perfect.
August.
Okay. I
That's
remember.
so nice of you.
We knew this was going to happen, and we wanted
I agree. It's very nice of Patrick. to thank you. I'm not canceling mine.
All right, are we all good with July 13th?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, July 13th.
Okay.
All right, so that brings us to number 12, unfinished business. I don't think there is any, right? Not that I can think of. All right, 13, board member comments. All right, Tom L, anything?
Not for me.
That was kind of like. You good?
No.
Okay, go right ahead.
I appreciate the presentation tonight from Jason and Jamie. It's, like I said, I think, if we've made some strides to making our town a little more pleasant for our residents, and I mean, maybe there's, hopefully we'll find some grant money along the way for this.
I'm very much working on that.
Okay. My point is taken then. And then I just, for the Board of Ed, I'd just like to say, you've got a new crew in. Patrick has 1 year under his belt almost, I'll call it 1 year. And you're new, but like I said, I think you guys really turned a new page, and let's make this next one spot on.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I went to the I missed the last board meeting, but the one prior to that, I just want to say, I thought that it was really cool. So the middle school did their presentation. And they have their one of their math classes. So it's the kids that were in the RAMP program. So they're getting math intervention. And they put together a proposal to build an outdoor, for their outdoor lunch, right? So an area for them. And I just thought it was so wonderful to see all the work that they put into it and the fact that they had to put a proposal on it. Did they do it in front of anyone yet?
We had a vote, so myself, I was there, there's I know if I start naming names, I know I'll forget people. I know Noreen was there from the Board of Ed, but there was a number of people as far as both like school and community that judged that it was a winning group, and it was announced, and now the positive challenges, now we have to find the funding, so that comes through.
Jamie had some good ideas.
Who did?
Jamie.
Jamie?
Yeah, but it was super, I thought it just was super cute to see the kids working together and then for them to practice their public speaking and do a presentation on how they wanted to spend the money, where they were gonna get the supplies from to do this. And I just thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, no, they had quotes too, from like landscapers, fencing, I mean, everything, they had the square footage, everything was drawn to scale, cost analysis, everything was pretty impressive.
Awesome. So Ryan, if you need any assistance, it sounds like you can pick up some people.
Some people, I'm sure.
Karen? All did then. So guess what? That brings us to 15. Motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
No.